In today's video, we've got a lot of news to go over. A long-awaited side-scrolling RPG adventure game has its release date confirmed, and this game looks awesome, and it'll be coming to the PlayStation 4 very soon. Another Battle Royale game has been revealed, so you can check that out. We've got some details on The Division 2, and while the game is very much focused on multiplayer, you can play through the game solo as well, so we'll talk a little bit about that. We've got details on Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 and whether or not it'll be featuring other superheroes. We went over it yesterday, but Darksiders 3 has had its release date confirmed, and there's a pretty interesting beta test going on right now for a game that a few of you might be interested in. More on that at the end of this video. First, let's talk about this brand new game hitting the PlayStation 4 at the end of this month. Chasm, a long-awaited side-scrolling RPG adventure, is coming to the PS4. This game was announced back in January 2013, and yes, it is finally being released. Chasm has a bunch of pre-designed rooms that are slotted in modularly different combinations, so you always have a different experience when going through the game and how you play it versus your friends. The game itself is described as a Metroidvania adventure, and just looking at the game, it's got such an awesome old school look to it and aesthetic that it's gonna hit home with a lot of people. The game is going to be priced at $19.99, which is a little bit steep, but given the fact that I feel like this is a game that's gonna have a decent amount of replay value, it'll probably be worth it. Chasm hits the PS4 on July 31st. Next up, the Battle Royale train isn't stopping anytime soon. We've got another one that is being released tomorrow, and that is the Culling 2. The Culling 2 is described as a Battle Royale distilled, refined, and designed from the ground up for consoles and PC. Get the full authentic Battle Royale experience regardless of hardware or controller type as you join a group of 50 players in a fight for sport, glory, and for the entertainment of our home audience. So that 50 player mention is pretty interesting, not 100 players. The post also says, customize the way you play and how you slay using a selection of powerful gameplay augmenting perks. Slice and dice in tight quarters, unleash a drum mag of hell in a skirmish, or surgically put an end to your enemy's troubled existence from the top of a distant mountain. In this suburban area, there are thousands of ways to win, but only you and your squad can decide how to pave your path to the podium. The post ends by saying, find out for yourself and join the Culling 2 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC July 10th, otherwise known as tomorrow. So yes, this Battle Royale game will be released tomorrow, and now you can start to see the Battle Royale genre really get a little bit muddied even on consoles. PC has its fair share of Battle Royale games, but now on PS4, you've got H1Z1, you've got Fortnite, you've got the Culling 2, Realm Royale is said to be coming sometime soon. That's 4 Battle Royale games already, and then we have Black Ops 4, we have Battlefield Battle Royale, and I'm sure there are a ton of other Battle Royale games in the works as well. So you can start to see the market get a little bit flooded, but let's see which BR game stands tall at the end of all of this.
Greetings, contestants! Guess what time it is? It's time for you to guess what I'm about to announce. Do you see any clues in these images? Maybe I should drop in some hints. It's bigger than before. And deadlier than ever. But most of all, it's Culling. Did you sniff out all the clues? The Culling 2 coming.
Next up, we've got some gameplay details about The Division 2. This is coming from Ubisoft's Matthias Carlson, and here's what he said about the game and playing the game solo. Quote, you can play through the entire story campaign into endgame and then the endgame content alone, but you can also do the same content in 2, 3, or 4 player co-op or 8 player co-op, 2 full groups in raid if you opt into the challenge that we're adding, so it's very important for us to get you to pick. Now with these kind of games, while they say that single player is available and you can play the entire campaign solo and the endgame content solo, it was designed with multiplayer in mind, and there's a reason why all of the gameplay they show off, it's of people playing with one another, so it's probably the best if you play the Division 2 with a couple of friends. But if you're adamant in playing this game and you do want to play it solo, that option will be available to you, and I appreciate that Ubisoft and the developers have left that option open to the gamers. I just don't know how great of an option it'll be to take advantage of, but hey, it's an option that's available to you.
Going G3, you can play what they're playing right now, so
That's awesome.
really cool. So this is a tiny little slice of the world Washington DC Division 2, right? And this is actually, they're on their way towards that same crash site that we saw in E3.
Right, the
Microsoft brief, yeah.
yeah, the crash of the Air Force One. Except
Exactly.
right now, it's happening at a different entry point than what was shown at the Microsoft conference. Am I right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so obviously the big reveal was the setting, Washington D.C., capital city of America. Christian, I want to ask you, what was the reasoning behind that? Can you tell us a bit more?
Yes, absolutely. We were very excited to showcase that yesterday in our reveal.
Next up, we're coming up on the release of Spider-Man on the PS4. We're actually less than 2 months away until the release of that game, and we're pretty much getting to know all of the information about the game, what characters will be in the game, what characters won't be. We know that Venom won't be in the game, and if you're wondering if any other superheroes are gonna be in the game, well, that looks to be a negative. Somebody tweeted Brian Intihar, the creative director at Insomniac Games, will we see the Avengers or any type of other heroes in Spider-Man PS4, and he just responded with a blunt no. Now, we've seen developers throw a smokescreen before and lie about their games and what content is in their game, but Insomniac seems to have been pretty open about the content in Spider-Man, so I don't feel like this is smokescreen, especially because I've said this before, this is the first Spider-Man game. It's gonna sell on the basis that it's an open-world, big-budget Spider-Man title done by Insomniac. With Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3, which I am 100% sure they are going to do, because this game is going to do incredibly well commercially, at that point, that's where you introduce everything else. That's where you introduce Venom, because that is a selling point to the game. That's the point where you introduce maybe another hero, because that could be another selling point. Right now, the selling point is that we're finally getting the novelty of an incredible looking Spider-Man game, so you don't need to do anything crazy, and you just need to focus on the fundamentals itself, and that's what Insomniac has really done, and Spider-Man will be released on September 7th, so not too far out.
So we couldn't be prouder, and the support we've gotten across the board, not only from Sony, Marvel, but also the fans, has been spectacular.
Brian, it just looks incredible. I mean, there's no other word for it, and
you're flabbergasted.
yeah, I really am. It's stunning. I mean, just look at that. How can you not be blown away by that? But we do have a limited amount of time here, Brian. You're an industry veteran.
Speaking of release dates, we talked about it yesterday, but Darksiders 3 has had its release date confirmed and a special edition announced. So Darksiders will be released on November 27th, and along with the release date, they have also revealed pre-order options and the fact that participating retailers will get the Fury Armor DLC as a pre-order bonus. If you're pre-ordering digitally, you can get the standard edition or the deluxe edition that includes the bonus armor skin and 2 paid DLC contents that will launch in the future. The base game is $72, the deluxe edition is $72, as odd as that is. There's also the Blades and Whip edition that's $90 and features the game, the bonus armor, the 2 pieces of DLC, as well as Darksiders War Mastered Edition and Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. That includes all 3 of those games, but honestly that probably isn't worth it because on sale Darksiders War Mastered Edition and Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition can be found for like $2 and $4. So you're really not saving much. Those are all the digital options, but there are 2 physical editions of the game. There's the Darksiders 3 Collector's Edition, which is $150, and that'll get you a premium box of Fury figurine, an original steelbook, art book, soundtrack, the game of course, and exclusive armor DLC. And then you have the super duper Darksiders 3 Apocalypse Edition for $400. The premium box, a wall scroll, 4 figurines, a heavyweight amulet, original steelbook, art book, soundtrack, Darksiders 3 game, and exclusive armor DLC. So for those of you that are super serious, you can check out the Apocalypse Edition. I'm sure you're going to be in the minority on that one, but the base game launches on November 27th. And finally, there is a free beta test going on right now over at the PlayStation Store. You can check out the Black Clover Quartet Night beta test. Now, Black Clover is an anime that is gaining some traction over here, many compared to Naruto. It literally has the same story as Naruto. It's your typical shonen story, and maybe that has turned some people off, but it definitely hasn't gotten the reception of a My Hero Academy. But nonetheless, I'm not here to get into an anime debate right now. For those of you that want to check out the Black Clover Quartet Night beta test, it's absolutely free. free right now on the PlayStation Store seems to be some sort of action fighting game, so for fans of Black Clover, it's something to check out. For everybody else, we're probably gonna stay away, but thought I would mention that as well. So that is gonna conclude this video. Chasm has its release date finally confirmed, July 31st. That game looks really good, one to keep on your radar. The Culling 2, another Battle Royale game, is coming tomorrow. You can play the entirety of the Division 2 by yourself. Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 won't feature any other superheroes other than Spider-Man, of course. Darksiders 3 will be coming on November 27th, along with that, a variety of different editions. And the Black Clover Quartet Knights beta test is ongoing right now. Check it out. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.